Hi, I'm Olivia, and welcome to Connecting the Dots in Early Childhood Education. In today's video, I'm going to share with you 5 assumptions that we cannot make when working with young children. Okay, let's get started. 5 assumptions we cannot make when working with young children. Assumption number 1, we cannot assume that children have a strong experience with routine at home. Children come from different backgrounds. Maybe some children have been in childcare before. Maybe some children have a babysitter or a family member who's watched them during the day before school. We really don't know where they're all coming from in the beginning. And so it may be challenging for children in the beginning of the year or when they start school to kind of adapt to that routine. And that's why it's really important for us to have things like visual schedules in the classroom that children can really manipulate, maneuver, and see. And also verbal reminders throughout the day so that children know when an activity is going to end and what the next thing in the day is going to be. Assumption number 2, we cannot assume that children have had exposure to what we may think of as common materials. Things like wooden blocks, scissors, glue sticks. Children may not have had experience with these types of materials. Another one that comes to mind for me is books. And so you may see children being really rough with books in the beginning of the year or really rough with wooden blocks. But that may be because they've never had exposure to them. And because of this, in the beginning of the year and throughout the year, it's really important to have explicit whole group activities and lessons where you demonstrate and role play how to use materials appropriately and safely to aid in play and learning. Assumption number 3, we cannot assume that children have what we may think of as a typical home life. Children come from all different types of backgrounds, and it's really important that in the beginning of the year and throughout the year, we work on building open dialogue and conversations and relationships with families so that we really have an understanding of where the children are coming from, what their experiences are, and how we can celebrate those in the classroom and help them to transition into the classroom as easily as possible. Assumption number 4, we cannot assume that children understand the concept of school. Of course, some children may have siblings, or they may have come from daycare, which is similar to school, or they may have friends who are older who have been to school. But for some children, they really don't understand the concept of school. And so it's really important that we always read a lot of stories around what school is, that we make the classroom culture really warm and inviting so that children feel safe there. And it's also really important that we validate children's emotions, especially when they're having a hard time separating from their families. For a lot of children, this is the first time that they are separating from their families for long periods of time, and that can feel really scary and challenging. And assumption number 5, we cannot assume that children have had experiences socializing with other children, especially in the era of COVID. Many children have been quarantined in their homes, and they may have been the only child in the home. And because of this, as educators, it's really, really important that we invest a lot of time and effort into really helping children to develop their social emotional skills. And remember, when we're working with children, we have to look at the whole child. We need to know where they're coming from, what their feelings are, what their backgrounds are. And this is why it's really important, again, for us to invest in having strong relationships and open dialogues with families. I hope you found this video helpful. I'll see you next time. Bye. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you found this video helpful. To find out more, please visit our website and all of our social media accounts. The links and handles can be found at the slide at the end of the video. I'll see you next time. Bye.